What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm All for One. This is another episode of the Seven Deadly Sins Grand Cross Beginner's Guide, episode 7. We're going to be doing the Grey Demon today. In this episode, we're going to be discussing the different tactics that you can use towards it and what the Grey Demon is all about. First thing, you get the 3 different levels as per the other raids. Your hard, normal, hard, and then extreme. Normal and hard only have one heart, one phase, and then your extreme has 2 phases. There's 2 or 3 different not techniques, strategies that people use. The first strategy will be if you don't have enough DPS, which is normally the case in the beginning of the game or as a beginner, you're going to just be using um, you're going to use heals and or shields in terms of Green Merlin, or which I found out today is in budget. Green Merlin is your Red Griamore, is the SR unit. He also puts up a shield, and it's actually the same amount of damage. So he's something good to have over there. Let me just pull that out. That's what she said. um, to to that took my freaking brain for a spin there. One brain fart again. The Red Griamore is actually like a budget Green Merlin, and he actually hits a lot harder. So something to look into if you didn't get Green Merlin. But yeah, so shields or heals. Normally you use your green Veronica. If you don't have a green Veronica, then you'll not Veronica, man. Green Elizabeth. If you don't have a green Elizabeth, red Elizabeth works as well, but you're gonna need a bit of tankiness on it because the element disadvantage is a big problem there. But I mean, I use her. It depends on who I'm going with. If I have somebody that's strong enough or that does bring a heal to the show or a shield, then I'll use just my buff and my Gotha. If it's somebody that doesn't bring that's not off standard or that's not a that's not prepared for extreme, then I'll bring my Red Elizabeth into it because I don't have the green one and I don't have the Merlin. I will be building Griamore, but that's going to be for Crimson just to give it a go. So yeah, that's the first thing. Or that's the one strategy is going for your shield, which is your green Merlin and Griamore, with and then your DPS will be your king, your green king. If you do not have green king, then you're going to be using green Meliodas. If you don't have that, then you're going to be using blue king. But he's not going to be as much damage though. The other option that people are also using is Escanor, but he's not going to be your main damage. He'll be like your secondary damage. So instead of bringing a buffer or a Gotha, then you'll bring an Escanor. The reason being he can't be your main damage is because his first skill, doesn't actually do damage when the Grey Demon's in flight, which we'll get to now. So that's your DPS units that you can look into using. Your buffing units are your Green Halbram and your Gil Thunder, Green Gil Thunder, the SR unit. They're very good and their buffs can stack. So it's very good to have them. And then your fourth unit is obviously going to be your Cane, which is used in most of your raids, except for your Crimson. Your Crimson, you're going to be, but we'll get to that one. But yeah, so you're raiding your Grey Demon, you use Cane through and through. Not Golglius, as we've proved previously. I'm not too happy about that one, but it's fine. It's okay. I get it. Then, okay, so yeah, so that's going to be your teams. DPS again, Green King, Green Meliodas, Blue King if need be, but he's not going to hit as hard, and then Escanor is your secondary damage if you need to. Your buff is going to be Halbram, Gil Thunder, or and Elizabeth as your third. If you don't have enough DPS, you're going to be using Elizabeth for heals. But and then if you do have enough DPS, or if you don't have the heals and you want to put up a shield, you'll be using Green Merlin or Red SR Griamore. And then obviously your fourth, as said now, is Kane. So that's the strategies that you can use going into this, or you can, and then also, or and then the final one is Gotha. If you have Gotha and your teammate has Gotha, then obviously go with that with DPS, and then you just blow him up as quick as possible, which we're hoping we're going to get to do over here. Let's see if anybody's interested in doing a Grey Demon Extreme. Then eating your gold, I already have. Don't forget to eat your gold puddings with all your raids. That's just a standard thing. And then if you can't find people to join your raids, all my friends are sleeping. US, it's time for their bed. So we'll just send it out. Just keep sending it out. We've got a joiner. We've got a friend. So basically, I'm going to be taking my Green King as DPS, my Halbrim as a buffer, and then I've got Gotha. He's got a Gotha as well. So let's do this. I'm going to wait for him to get his gold food up. And then we're going to go into it. As you can see, he's using an Escanor as a second DPS unit with his Green King, as I explained before. So hopefully this one will go fairly fast. Also another thing, don't forget communication with your stamps, just so that you guys can communicate fairly well with each other. He was waiting for me, talking too much. Then with regards to the demon, this one can't be CC'd like the red demon, so no petrifying, no freezing, no stunning. And in your first cycle, first phase, first heart that you go into, he takes flight for 3 turns. You cannot hit him with any like ground attacks, so any physical attack, hence why Escanor can't hit him with his first skill, and he stays like that for three turns. After 3 turns he alternates to ground, but you should be able to take him down before then. So if you can't, then I would recommend looking at hard first. With the second phase, which I'll show you when we get there. So we're just going full out of here. Let's give a bit of a buff. See, Escanor can only use his second skill. Although his ult does do quite a bit of damage, it's sort of pointless. You could actually... I'd prefer having another buffer in here. I wouldn't really... I suppose the extra attack doesn't hurt. But yes, so he can't be CC'd. He has the ability to block heals and block buffs. So you must also just watch out for that. And he does quite a bit of damage, so a heal is beneficial. If you hopefully if your cards can fall right, which I must actually just be able to tell him. He moved all 3 cards around. This guy's an interesting fella, this one. Fairly interesting. Fairly interesting indeed. So hopefully we can get through this hot. So this first phase is basically used trying to get your gold cards up and your buffs up and your ults up, so that when your second phase comes around, you just blow him down with ults. No, Gotha, no. Whoa, that's a close call. How does he have heal? Oh, he's got Blue King. He doesn't have Green King. Oh man, that's something new. I didn't see that coming. It's not a bad thing. I just didn't expect that. I don't know why I thought it was a Green King. But it still works, and it's actually a good thing because he's got a heal then. So that's the benefit to Blue King, is he's got the heal and the cleanse. But as I said, Green King is more preferable as he can do more damage due to elemental advantage. As you can see there with my 75k. Your units don't need to be maxed out. You can literally just get your units up to level 70 and your fourth like level 60 or 50, as long as you unlock Kane's unique. But you really don't have to worry about... Oh, that might be... No, he's good. Okay, but this is the point in time where we need to start ending this. And now I've forgotten where I was. What was I saying now? That's not good news. But yeah, this is the point in time where you need to start learning to end this phase so that you can get your ults up. So hopefully we can do that. There we go. One tap, ma'am. Thank you, and let's go. Do we have his ult up? See, he almost made me lose. Don't be saying thank you. Nah, let's give him a thank you back. Yes. Come, get your rage fit. I need to say thank you back. But I was saying, Blue King is good for. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Boom, boom. This one's gonna do more damage. Oh, you see, you just build it up. Oh, but I want to also talk about is your green bar. You see there's a green bar below his health. That's called your flight bar. So if you do enough damage now on this turn to knock that bar out, so like now, he's gonna fall down and be stunned, which gives you another turn to do more damage. So always try and aim to do that. That's why in the first phase you build up and you level all your things and you get your ult out. Second phase you hit him with everything you got and then it gives him a stun and it gives you another chance to hit him and then take him out. So it's really not that hard. With regards to the levels, like I said, you only need to get to like level 70 for all your characters and have like fairly decent gear on them. At least have one DPS unit with like some solid gear on him. My Green King has all SSR on the left hand side and all R on the right hand side, all maxed out. It's not UR gear yet because we don't have it in the global server, but just look at doing that. And as you can see, it's not that much of a hard mission to do. So I hope this was a detailed analysis enough for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like and subscribe and a comment below. And peace, my dudes.